Hey, I'm Ben, and this is Different No Relation TV. Today's a big day. Today we're putting up an artwork called Soliloquy, which is a massive projection on this church. It's one of the biggest setups I've ever been a part of. It's 3 projectors on about 20-foot high scaffolding. It has been a lot of fun to make, but by God, the setup is horrible. So I'm gonna let you in on a little bit of that. And our scaffolding has just arrived. These projectors that are being set up by Jim in India here are worth more than $5,500 each. There's 3 of them, and they're going to be dangling from this scaffolding to project over onto the building. The projectors are up, the sound gear is up. That is frightening. This is Chalmers Church. It was built in the mid-1800s. Serves as a church for some time. It is now currently a graphic design company. And they've basically built into it. There's secret passages, there's all sorts of awesome stuff inside this building.
Lonnie's a great town. Totally astounded by the architecture. It's got architecture that dates back an extra 50 years in Melbourne and Victoria, and I just find that really interesting and fascinating.
It's such an interesting mishmash as well, because you've got a dozen different styles on the same block, but it all works. It creates the perfect skyline.
It does. I think I first got into it when I was going to rave parties in the early 2000s, and a couple of friends of mine had projectors, and I was interested in filmmaking. But the two kind of went hand in hand.
Yeah.
And I just got into that, and then the more I got into it, the more you start doing that, and you're pinching a lot of material from here and there. Downloading stuff off the internet or, going into archives. But I just wanted to make my own material. I found it a great way to engage with community and do community-based projects. Yeah. And to collaborate with other people in making the work.
The artwork has been made by 5 artists in collaboration with Jim Code. We're all young artists. It involves visual art, sound, written words, spoken narrative. When I say visual arts, I mean like 6 or 7 different art forms kind of just smashed together into one thing. It's incredible. It's got the projectors and the sound gear just behind me. It feels a lot further away than it actually is. So we're using a program called Mad Mapper, which sends the signals to the projectors, breaks up one video into 3.
You can edit that out, can't you?
Oh yeah. It's starting to get dark, which means we'll be able to do some test projections and make sure that everything's mapped to the building, which is a whole other process in itself. I've just briefly come down to the studio space to grab my camera and my camera battery, which has been on the charge. This is the studio space. It's a bit dark at the moment because it's almost nighttime, but it's been really good. This is going to be a brewery really soon, which is interesting and exciting. I'm headed back up there. Now comes the task of lining the church up with the church. Been a hell of a process. The sound stuff didn't work properly, but it's on the church. It's happening. It's loud. It's beautiful. We're here. If you want to check out the whole thing, stay tuned to this channel, subscribe, all of that. within a day or two, maybe a couple of days, maybe a couple of hours, depending on how inspired I am, a video of this entire project will be online on this channel. So stay tuned. Till next time.